being the order, we will stand for the pledge and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May be seated. Roll call, please.
Daniel.
Present.
Sewell.
Here.
Parker.
Here.
Christensen. Here. Hipko.
Here.
Thomas. Weeks.
Here.
First order of business is approval of minutes from the October 11th regular meeting. Entertain a motion for approval. Motion by Clarkin, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Christensen. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Under petitions and communications, we have first, under public comment, Andrew Wakeman. Andrew, there you are.
All right, up first. Nice. All right, so as you know, we've been communicating the last 4 or 5 months about putting a possible Parks and Recreation sales tax / stormwater control on the April ballots. That has made very little progress. The biggest issue we have is communication. Right now there's a lack of communication between the City Council, the Board of Parks and Recreation, and like I said, we have parties involved. But the time has come where we must move forward, because if we're going to move forward, we have to vote next month, and we must vote again, you all must vote again, in January. So there's been some comments made about the percentages of how much would go to parks, how much would go to stormwater. Is there a need for a parks tax? Are there different priorities? The problem is those comments haven't come at these meetings. The comments have come other places outside of these meetings. People have spoken with one another, and then we just hear it as a park board through the grapevine. So if we're going to move forward with this, if we're going to move forward with anything, we have to communicate. We have to have some dialogue between the City Council and the Board of Parks and Recreation. So that being said, are there any comments related to this?
Well, I attended the last meeting with Larry, and we did have a very good discussion with the park board. We do have people, I've had people approach me, they like the idea of the park tax, but they feel there's other things that are more relevant or very serious, such as the roads. And that was brought up at our last meeting. And of course, you didn't hear it until we brought it up at your meeting that Monday night. I think where the stalemate is the percentage. Nobody knows what we're gonna do. They laid out a plan, they worked very hard on it. We sat there for what, 2 hours that night? They went through everything, which is what he presented last week, and broke it down as best he could. But I think the whole thing is are they even gonna get any money if the tax passes, or is it all gonna go for the stormwater? Or are we going to, what percentage can the council give? And I guess that's where we're stuck. They don't know what they're gonna get, so they don't know how to budget and give you an idea. And that's what I took away from the meeting.
So the biggest frustration is the Board of Parks and Recreation has been asked to complete these tasks through the last 3 or 4 months, and we have, and it really hasn't gotten us anywhere. We're still not moving forward on anything at this point. We still really have no hard numbers on if one, we would do it, if it would be put on the ballot for in April, and 2, if we do, what are the percentages of parks / stormwater. Some have thrown out 50-50, I threw out 75-25, and those are numbers from our perspective, and we obviously want as much many as we can get, but we also understand that there's other needs that the city has. But there has to be communication. We have to know what you're thinking. You obviously know what we're thinking. You had the handout last month, and you had a chance to look over that. Now we need some feedback.
And I agree with him on that. Every time he's been in here before us, we haven't said a word, nobody's asked any questions, and we can't find out if this is worthwhile pursuing if we don't.
Well, start out with 50-50, put it on the ballot, let the people speak.
To add to that, I think first off, we don't have to decide the amount at this point, I don't believe. I believe it just has to be decided that it's going to be put on the ballot. And then we can have the community meetings, and we can meet multiple times before April to decide exactly how it would be worded, how it would be divided, how it would be spent. I mean, all those details can be worked out. But the first thing that has to be decided on by the council is it even going to happen? Is this something that we want to pursue?
But the final plan has to be done before it goes on the ballot.
Correct. Before it can be put
I
on the
think
ballot, there has
that's
to be a plan.
15th of January or something, that's,
We have to have that plan in place, we can't change it.
Sure, and that's perfectly fine. But the first thing that has to happen, at least next month, is that there's one vote to put on the ballot. And then once that vote's approved, then we can really start getting into the nitty-gritty of the details. Or we can work on that now. But to me and the rest of the Board of Parks and Recreation, we feel like we're just kind of wasting our time putting in or creating these plans that are really just based on what we think is reasonable, but that's it. It's all from us. We don't have any other idea of what is reasonable, which the council thinks is reasonable.
Well, if we vote to put it on the ballot, we have to know what percentage before we vote to put it on the ballot, correct? We
Should
can't-
be in the ballot language,
Okay,
so the voters know.
okay, yeah, exactly.
Does the ballot language have to be done at the same time that the agreement is to put a quarter-cent sales tax on the ballot?
A quarter cent or a half cent? The original.
Or well, a quarter, or whatever, half cent, whatever. Yeah, my question is, do we have to have the ballot language at the time that we say, yeah, go ahead and proceed with putting the half-cent sales tax on the ballot?
That I do not know for
well, I
sure.
think that the county clerk would have to have that, and that has to go on the ballot.
Sure, I mean, and if
And
that's
has
the
to be
case.
done to the 15th of January. I think it's the 15th or,
Yeah,
February, whatever it is.
No, it's January, but if that's the case, we're perfectly open to that, but the council decides the percentage, we don't decide the percentage, so that's a question that you must answer amongst yourselves, and get back to us on. We want to move forward for sure, but we can't until you all decide to move forward.
Do you think the park board ought to reach out to the council and have another meeting set down?
The problem, or the frustration is, we've done that once, we did that 2 months ago, and I believe most of the council members were there, and there was some good dialogue between the board and the council among, and other members or other community members that were there, and then we created a plan, and then the plan was presented, and then we're still here, where we're at right now.
Were you able to get any feedback from the city engineer on stormwater?
Did you want to talk about that?
Well, what I can, to get a stormwater plan, you're gonna have to engage an engineer and pay him money to do it. What the city has is the one that was done years ago. That's the starting point to begin the discussion. Once we obligate an engineer and employ an engineer to give a stormwater plan, then we'll know specifically. In the dialogue that I had when I called him up at the council meeting was, I suggested to him that there was a property in town here that would be a good retention basin for stormwater. He was very receptive to that. He thought that was a good starting point for stormwater control. End of our conversation.
So if the council was to move forward with the half-cent sales tax, the council could take on that green space and include that as our stormwater protection for the citizens' runoff, and then that would help them have more money to spend in their park board. So if we were to do a 50-50 arrangement, the city would take on that as a stormwater. Be a place to start out on.
Yeah, and that's what I've gathered as well, and that's kind of what, as far as people I've spoken to, that's the consensus is, the 20 acres south of the park, so everybody's clear on what we're talking about. That would be a great place for a retention pond, for stormwater drainage. There's also the other, so if, say it was 50-50, part of the stormwater control, 50% would go towards the purchase and building of a retention pond. Then the other 50% for park board could be spent among, for other park-related activities.
Where that retention pond is, the program is, doesn't belong to the city, does it?
The land.
The land doesn't.
Does not currently, that's currently privately. It is for sale, but it's, it's not the most beautiful piece of land in the.
I mean, the price is not.
Oh, it's high, yeah. It's, and I mean, we'd have to get into the details of that later, but the asking price now is probably a little bit high, yeah.
Would they be receptive to that bond going on there if they?
I don't know. I mean.
Price of the land is negotiable.
Right. The price of the land is negotiable, and really once we purchase it, it would be, I mean, it would be ours, so we can build a retention pond.
I make a motion that we put it on the agenda for next week or next month to vote on.
I would suggest to the council that we develop a ballot language, we bring it back in December, the council look at it, yea or nay.
Who develops the ballot language?
City can,
Okay.
with input.
Sure. So, thoughts right now, is it 50-50?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm thinking right now, is 50-50?
Yeah, I think, I'm in favor of putting it on with the ballot language indicating 50-50 split of the proceeds.
Okay.
I mean, that's just my opinion.
I think it would stand more of a chance of passing, knowing that 50% of the money is going to go to stormwater than 75 to parks.
I agree.
Mhm.
Okay, we'll come back in December with a ballot language, and we'll review it, fine tune it. January, we can approve it if we don't do it in December.
You may have to help me on this one. As far as I understand, it has to be approved twice to put something on the ballot, or just has to be approved once? Okay, so we can bring in December, refine it, and vote on
I mean,
it.
there's certain timing deadlines with the election.
Right, but they don't.
I haven't looked into those yet, but one ordinance should be able to set this for,
Okay, all right. Sounds good.
you may want to have that before we have some hearings and get some public.
Sure, for sure.
Short circuit.
Well, I will, with those numbers at our next Board of Parks and Recreation meeting, I will present 50%, which is approximately $64,000 based on the projected revenue, and then we can create a plan on our end of how that would be spent as far as the park.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you. Any other public comments? Seeing none, community organization updates. Anyone from community organizations? Seeing none, approval of Park and Rec board member resignation. You should have a letter in your packet from Stacy Cow, who is requesting to be relieved of her duties as a park board member. Do I have a motion to accept that resignation?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Larkin. Or second?
I'll second.
Second by Christensen. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next item is approval of police officer resignation. That is Officer Kirby, badge number 308. He is requesting as of October 20th to be relieved of his position. Do I hear a motion to accept that resignation? Motion by Weeks, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Clarkin. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Under Mayor's communication, discussion only. I've had several concerned citizens about the fact that the Jake Break issue is becoming more dominant in the community. Jake Break, for those of, most of us know what that is the noise that's exhibited when a truck wants to slow down. It's happening more and more in the city limits. As I travel around, cities have this ordinance, obviously for a reason. Any discussion by the council on Jake Break?
They're loud.
You're right.
I'm two blocks from the highway either direction, and I can hear them all day.
Me too, I'm right there.
I'm on 131 South, and I hear it a lot, especially in the morning.
Yeah, especially at the four-way stop, when they're coming through there, it is horribly loud.
Right.
Do we have anything on the books now for excessive sound?
No.
No.
This would have to be a special ordinance, which would have to be developed. Do I hear consensus on moving forward with investigating an ordinance for Jake Break?
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, I will bring something to the council in December to look at. The other one was tiny house ordinance. There's been some discussion, informal, that we have a lot of vacant lots in Holden. And a lot of them prohibit building on them because of their size. We have a current ordinance that says they have to be, I believe it's 700 square feet. No, I'm not going to quote the number. But anyway, they're too small for a regular house. They were, years ago, they had a house on them. If the house is gone, nobody can build on them because they're too small by current ordinance. A lot of communities going to a tiny house concept for 1 or 2 people, which would include maybe, veterans, single people, would accommodate a variety of people.
I was just gonna bring that up. What about, I don't know if there's any kind of a partnership with the government that we could do to put those little veterans houses they're building on some of these places and have some homeless veterans.
That would certainly open a door to that direction, yes. Any other comments? Are you receptive to an ordinance to look into that?
Absolutely.
I don't think you take an ordinance and look into it.
Well, to allow the building of the house,
Well, I
would
don't
require an ordinance.
I own property that I can't build on because it's too small, so yeah, I'm not involved.
Okay, all right. I will bring something back to the council to look at. Under ordinances, resolutions and ordinances, resolution R2-17, setting opening and closing date for general election, which is April 4th, 2017. Is that ordinance? It's a resolution. Okay. You should have that in your packet. Any discussion? We have Ward 1, a 2-year term, Ward 2, a 2-year term and a 1-year term. And then Ward 3 is a 2-year term, and Ward 4 is a 2-year term.
Do we know whose term's expiring? and
Yes, I will share that with you. Ward 1 is Angie Thomas. Ward 2, Jim Nipko. Also in Ward 2, 1-year term, Karen Christensen. Ward 3, Jim McDaniel. And Ward 4, Larry Clark. Opening date for filing will be December 13. The closing is 5 o'clock on January 17. or she filed here at City Hall. Any other questions or discussion? Seeing none, I would request a motion to approve the opening and closing dates for the general election.
So moved.
Motion by Nipko, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Clarkin, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Under committee reports and all other business. Who do we start with on the roll call? Again, Jim, anything?
Not at this time.
Okay. Sam, anything? No. Mike? Larry?
Well, as you can tell from Andrew, we had a pretty lively discussion at the Board of Parks and Recreation meeting, and I told them it was time that they needed to push a little bit and make sure something got done without letting it die of old age. And that's what we're
Moving forward now. Thank you for your encouragement.
no problem, anytime.
Doyle?
Yeah, got a couple. We're talking with Chief Martin on a couple other things. The record management systems I've been pushing for the last couple of years. He's been looking for cost. I do have a bid I'll submit for a new system. The last system I had was bought in '98 for $25,000. Outdated in the year 2000, unsupported in 2005. I think he's done a real good job hunting this down. He's found one for a startup fee of $8,000 with a $5,520 maintenance fee. You're pretty well not going to get out of the maintenance fees. This is the way it is. Every update, every time they change something, that system gets it through. The system we have, it crashes. Well, it's pretty well gone. They have crashed once, repaired it, missing a little bit of data out of it, but this is one the system has to be pushed. Missouri State's changing the rules. We have to have a new system in effect by December 31st of 2018. The federal government says we have to have it in effect before December 31st of 2020. So this isn't something we can just push off. We have to do it. Second one is the body cams. I'm a big pusher for this. I'm a firm believer in this. And give these cops or officers with cameras, protects them and the city and the people they're fighting. The system is $6,000 or $6,075 for 10 units. The one he's suggesting, they skill tested for 7 months. They tried 3 different ones. This is the middle price one out of the 3. It's a radio mic. They already carry radio mics. I don't know if you got yours on. And it'll be a mic that they carve up here that'll actually replace that mic completely and make it a camera also. So it's a 2-in-1 tool. For replacement costs or later on down the road, when it gets broke, we have to repair it. A brand new unit's $550. It's probably one of the cheaper ones we got. They got denied for their computer grant, but the NRA grant, they're still running for it, so.
Okay, how about if we make copies of these, distribute them to the council members? We can have a more informed discussion than in December. Does that sound right? Okay.
And DPW will talk about in a few minutes in closed session.
Okay. Jim?
Nothing tonight, sir?
Karen?
Very nice, I think we covered it.
Okay. Any new business? Old business? Next is approval of appropriations. Any questions on appropriations?
I have one. There's a reimbursement for Tom Weir. $7.
Is it a bill?
Yeah, there was.
Or a page? Well, it's, yes. There's two reimbursements. So it probably didn't have it. Probably didn't, but that's it.
Okay. Deposit summary, page one.
On that, and mask it, it's payroll reimbursements. Comes out of the payroll check.
Payroll reimbursement.
Right.
Any other questions on bills? If not, I would entertain a motion for appropriation approval. Motion by Weeks. Second?
I'll second.
Second by Christensen. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Rick, I might make a comment if I could.
Sure.
There should be some more councilmen probably at that finance meeting so they can look at these bills ahead of time. We meet the Thursday before, and it's kind of helpful to look these things over ahead of time rather than get them Friday and Karen's there, you can do them and ask questions and get the questions taken care of.
Okay, so noted. We'll entertain a motion to go into executive session for the purpose of litigation matters under statute number 610.0211. Can I have a motion
I make a motion to adjourn.
to executive session? Okay. Is there a second? Second by Weeks. Roll call vote, please.
Dan,
Present.
Raver,
Present.
Or yes, yes.
Harden,
Yes.
Christensen,
Yes.
Zippo.
Yes.
Weeks.
Okay, we will take a 5-minute recess and reconvene and adjourn. We have a second by Christensen.
Yes.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned.